Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hi, let me introduce myself. My name is Anita Prameswari with NPM 224111215 from Management 22DX. Here I want to explain the communication. The definition of communication. Communication is the process of delivering message or for information from the one party to another so that the intent message can be understood. Communication is a process of conveying information such a message, idea, and from the party to another. In general, communication is done orally or verbally, which can be understood by both parties. The function of communication. There are 1. To inform. Communication function to inform, to provide information to someone or the public about idea or thought, even to something conveyed by others. 2. Educate. As a means of education, communication becomes the delivery of idea and thought to others so that other people get information and knowledge. 3. Entertaining. Communication serves to provide entertaining or inter others. The element of communication. The following are the elements of communication is and 1. Source of information. Source is the source or person who convey the message through the process of eliciting a stimulus to create thought and desire to communicate. The next is encoding. Encoding is the process in which the central nervous system as the source of information choose symbols to describe the message. Message. Message include element of communication that becomes everything that has meaning, where this message is the final result of the encoding process. The next is media. Communication media is a tool or method used in conveying message to communicate. Communication media can include telephone, mail, or face-to-face directly. The next is decoding. Decoding is the process in which communication interprets the message has received interpretation of communication based on interest, knowledge, or interest. And next is feedback. Feedback is a response from the recipient of the message to the sender of the message, which is the form of response to the message conveyed. This feedback can be the form of verbal answer from the recipient either agreeing or disagree with the message. Obstacle. Noise is things that interfere with the communication process. In other words, the presence of noise will make communication unable to run effectively. The form of communication. Communication can occur in personal and group form. Here are the communication. 1. Communication interpersonal. This means is communication in a personal series. 2. Communication interpersonal. It is an exchange of message carried out by two or more people directly contact in the form of conversation. And the next is group communication. Group communication is communication carried out by at least three or more people who aim to provide information and solve problems. 4. Organizational communication. Organizational communication is communication between people that occur in an organization, can take place formally or non-formally, bound by a system. And 5 is mass communication. Mass communication is the communication process in which a media organization creates and disseminates message to the wide audience. The types of communication. There are communication based on the way of delivery and one, choral communication. Choral communication is the first type of communication as well as the type of communication we do most often every day. 2. Written communication. Written communication is communication that is carried out using the help of written media. Next slide is improve communication. How to improve communication skill? 1. Deliver the goal clearly. 2. Don't need to think about things that cannot be controlled. 3. Increase self-confidence. 4. Appreciate, listen, pay attention, and respond well to what the other person is saying. 5. Applying openness and honesty. The next is barrier of communication. There are barrier of communication is 1. Semantic barriers. The communication barrier in the context of delivering message effectively. Semantic is more about expressing things through language and words. 2. Human barrier are barrier caused by various human factors such as emotional, personal, pre- prejudice, perception, incompetence, and ability or inability, and so on. What is the types communication? Types of building efficient and effective communication. There are 1. Listening to the other person. 2. Asking questions. 3. Providing information clearly. And 4. Combined verbal and nonverbal communication. The next slide is things to pay attention. Things to pay attention to the creating effective communication. 1. Do not interrupt someone's conversation. 2. Mastering the material. 3. Pay attention to language style. Uh, what is the conclusion? Conclusion on this communication is the process of sending, sorting, and receiving symbols or message from one or more people so that message can reach and be understood by listener and interlocutor. Thank you for you guys are watching my video. I hope you like it. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.